Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here again. With the long-awaited, for a couple of years, the long-awaited Q&A. Let's get into it, shall we? So I'm going to start off with the YouTube questions, because we had 3 different platforms that you could ask questions on, which I have my YouTube replies, my Discord, and then, of course, anonymous questions. So we'll go in those orders. So starting off with the YouTube questions. My very first question is, what's your favorite part of Destiny? For me, it is the world itself. I'm very indulged in Destiny and just love the story and the lore behind it. I'm a big lore fan. I've read into the lore of the Awoken and the Hive. They're my favorite 2 areas. I'm pretty sure that's a question, so I'll go into more detail there. But yeah, definitely the story. I hope that's what you meant by that question. That was by CuddlyTurtle. Thank you for your question. I really appreciate it. My second question from YouTube is by Onkel Joakim. I hope I said your name right, but thank you for asking this question. And it's, what is your favorite dungeon in D2? They're all, like, a lot of the dungeons are amazing, but mine's definitely Pit. I enjoy Pit for its puzzles, and the fact that it's Hive-based. So there may be a bit of a bit of bias because I'm a huge fan of the Hive. But yeah, I just love I love Pit, and yeah. Alrighty, moving on to my third YouTube question by MasterAssasins. Have you ever done a raid before? If yes, why don't you upload it to your YouTube channel? Good question. I have done raids. I raid a lot. I love raiding. It's my favorite activity to do on Destiny. I'm not sure why I don't upload it to YouTube. I am working on one at the moment, editing a video as I record this. Which is a Kingsfall video, but I'm not sure why I upload it. I might consider doing like raw uploads, just unedited stuff, and uploading it for my members. Because I'd love to start like looking into the members and making more things for my subscribers and stuff like that, to do with raids. Because I know raid content can be rather funny as well. So yeah. Question number 4. This is from Fake Grass. I love that name. Reminds me of my school life. How long were you streaming or making videos before you knew it would become your career? Whew. I wouldn't call it my career. I definitely don't make enough off of it to be a career. It's definitely a hobby. A hobby I've been doing for a very, very long time, and one I don't see myself giving up on. But I've been streaming on Twitch since 2015, 16, something like that. And yeah, it's basically been non-stop. I enjoy it so much. I've only recently seen a lot of growth. Thanks. I'm pretty sure it's because both my recognition from Bungie and both my contribution to YouTube and TikTok over COVID. So, yeah, I've definitely seen a lot there. I'd love to make it into a career, but I definitely don't make it enough to do that. So, yeah. This next question is from the Deep29. Would you sacrifice yourself? Would you sacrifice yourself for Eido? Of course I would. That girl has a lot for her future, and it's precious. I would definitely sacrifice myself for her. Yes. Question number 6, and the last one from my YouTube questions, is what got you hooked on Destiny by Dino Dubin? Thank you for your question. Definitely the friends I made back on my PlayStation days. I've said this this story a lot on my stream, so those that are know a lot about my content and have been with me for a long time would definitely know this. But I got Destiny to play with some boys from my high school class, but mostly to play with my high school crush. And so I would always play the game just to play with them. And then I ended up meeting some people online and really liked them. And so Destiny was the game that I could play with my close friends. And then I eventually, like once Taken King came out, got really into the game. And so, yeah, I was playing Destiny both for its story and interesting characters, as well as for the friends that I made along the way, which was really nice. So yeah, thank you for your questions on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the YouTubers who do watch my content. I really appreciate it. So these next few questions are from a user in my Discord called Empolo. There's quite a few. These questions also will be going back to my 2020 when I made the Q&A channel, because I was going to redo it in 2020, but just forgot to. So we're doing it now. So let's get into these questions because there's quite a few. From 0.1 to 1000.0, how much do you like reptiles and dinos? Oh, I'd probably say 888. 8's my favorite number, by the way. Mainly, I love dinosaurs. They were my hyperfixation growing up, and they still are. This character right here, while I love assassins and like cyborgs and stuff, I had to incorporate Dino. It was just part of me. And so yeah, she's a cybernetic dino. And yeah, like I can name lots of dinosaurs. I've seen all the dino movies and dinosaur shows out there. Like I love dinosaurs a lot. So high number. Yeah. What's your favorite color? Can you guess? My favorite color is pastel pink. Dota 2 or League of Legends? Neither. I haven't played either of them, so I can't rate one over. The same answer goes to Battle for Middle-earth 1 or Battle for Middle-earth 2. Haven't seen them or read them, so can't answer that. What's your favorite book? My favorite book is Tide. It's either Reboot or Class A. And I can't remember who Reboot's by, but Class A is by Robert Muchamore, which leads into the next question by Ample. What's your favorite book trilogy, or like I'm gonna say book series, which is the Cherub series, which is what Class A is from. Cherub was an amazing series growing up, and I loved it. I definitely recommend giving it a read. Which one do you prefer overall, graphics in games or stories in games? Stories. I always love stories. It could look pretty, but it will not encapture me if it doesn't have a story. What famous person would you like to meet and why? Iron Mouse. I had to think about that one for a sec. I was like, celebrity. But then I realized Iron Mouse. I really want to meet her or talk with her. She's was the main inspiration to me behind getting into VTubing. And yeah, without her, I wouldn't be who I am today. And her content is amazing. Her laugh is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I just love to be able to just sit and chat with her for like 10 minutes. That would be just best part of my life. Minecraft or Roblox? Never played Roblox. Have bad associations with Roblox. So Minecraft all the way. And the last question by Ampel is, will you ever create an animated series? I would love to. One of my dreams was to make like a little animated series about my characters' backstories, but again, that's funds I don't have, and so I can't do that. But it's a dream. I'd love it. All right, next question is from Con, which is, what has been the highlight of your year so far? Is there anything you're looking forward to later on in the year? I have 2 highlights that I can remember. One would be going to the snow. Although that experience was ruined for me by a person, but we won't go into it. I'm not in it for drama. I enjoyed my time when I was there, and the snow is my happy place, and so being able to go back there after like 6-7 years makes me so happy. And we're going back again next year, so I'm over the moon. I really am. And my second moment would be PAX. Again, I went alone, and I left the Destiny 2 event early because I'd met people, but I got overwhelmed and started to think no one wanted me there. And shout out to Mango and AC for messaging me and getting me to come back. Because I really enjoyed the next couple of hours that I came back to. And it just made me feel that, like, not all bridges were burned. And, like, what's in my head and thinking that no one wants me there isn't true. Because people do want me there. And that moment, like, I don't think people realize how grateful I am, and how I just want to keep messaging thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, to be included. I'm gonna cry now. Yeah, it just meant a lot. So this year's PAX really did mean a lot to me, and I'm so sorry to everyone who I didn't end up seeing as well. I missed out on meeting a few people, and you'll message me about it, because I only had a 1-day pass, because I wasn't actually meant to go. I was meant to be in America at this time, so I apologize. And next year I'm getting a 3-day so I can meet as many people as possible. So yeah. Alrighty, next question is from Good Times. Your most embarrassing thing that happened to you in 2020? I'm gonna say, like, over COVID, because that's where all these questions are from. I don't actually know. What did I do that was embarrassing? I honestly cannot think of anything. This next question is from Tell Us. What inspired you to follow an art career? I wanted to be a lot like Kelly. She's a very, very good artist from Mexico, I think. A lot of people would be familiar with the emotes that she made. A couple of my emotes are made by her, but I wanted to be like her. And so I got into emote art, and then that just went on from there. I got good at making emotes and realized I wanted to do art and then have it as a profession, and yeah. Alrighty. Palmer or Pepsi Max, one has to go. Goodbye, my Palmer. I'm too addicted to Pepsi Max to let it go. Alrighty, and this next question is from Blink Andy, who, little shout out, did a lot of my editing over all of my Destiny videos. You may have noticed some of the editing may be different because I've tried picking it up myself. Andy has had to kick back from doing my editing because he recently got a new job. So thank you so much for all the work you've done, Andy. I really appreciate it. If you had to pick a new hobby, what would it be? I have a lot of hobbies. But I'd probably pick up, if I had the time, I would love to do webtoons. I would love to make some webtoons, and yeah, I just don't have the time to do that though. I'd love to go in the backstories of my OCs. That would be really cool. Next question. What's your reason for making a hunter first and then later maining it? As in, like, what was your first impression of each class and why did you like hunter more? And that's from Ollie or Heldoham. Because hunter had a cloak. That is all. Hunter had a cloak and looked badass. I liked cloaks back then. Yeah. Nothing philosophical, nothing deep, just cloaks. Question 9 is from Alpha Wolf 5TD. Opinion on Bungo. Bungie's amazing, and I'm not saying it's the best studio out there. Each studio, including Bungie, has its flaws. We've seen posts from previous employees on social media, and Bungie has not been exempt from that. They've had a few people come out about the thing. But even so, Bungie's the only studio that I've seen openly post about minorities, like people of color, LGBT, those who are disabled, without being prompted by something, whether it be something like a person of color passing away to the hands of a white person, or an LGBT day or something like that. Like they'll post about it and post about their clubs without any prompt, and like they're very inclusive, and they treat, from what I've seen, they treat their employees well, and that's why I really do like them. If I wasn't happy with the studio itself, I would say so. Yeah, that's my view. Alrighty, this next question is from Ashley. What is your favorite games? I'll do top 3. Destiny 2, Ark Survival Evolved, and Apex Legends. They're my top 3. Next question is from Wolfie Infection. If you were to pick any enemy race to be selected as by a guardian, or like be a guardian, but you'll have to be on the enemy side, which one would it be and why? Probably the Hive. Hive just seem badass. And they already are guardians. I don't know how that works though. Like, do they still have the worms? I don't know. But yeah, I choose the Hive. Hive Guardian. I think that'd be cool. This next question is from John Ark, son of the Vanguard. And they ask, if you could become a guardian in real life with all of your favorite guns, exotics, but you had to be your least favorite class, would you accept the offer? No. My least favorite class would be a Titan. Either way, like, being a Titan's fun and stuff, but yeah, again, it's that immortality thing. Next question. Are you ever looking into doing video creation full-time, or is it more of a side project? I would love to do it full-time. I pretty much do spend a lot of my time working on my content and my stuff. I spent a few months on these new models, so it feels like I'm doing it full-time, but I'm not. I'm working like 3 jobs, so technically 1. I'm a casual employee at a veterinary hospital, and then I'm also a freelance artist and do work for my dad's job. So yeah, it's nice to do streaming as a side project, but I'd love to make it as a full-time thing one day. But then again, it also I have to grow, and yeah, that's where I need help from you guys to watch my videos and stuff. That was from RVN Joe. This next question is from Snowtix. What are you hoping comes from Destiny after Lightfall? Any specific storylines or races you're hoping to encounter? I say this a lot, especially in my streams. Ender, one of my council members, will most definitely join me in this one. I want to see the Aphelions. We've touched on it in the lore of the Awoken. The Aphelions seem so mysterious, and I love them, and I want to encounter them. But I hope their design doesn't end up like the Witness and just being a gigantic Megamind with a really disappointing design. But yeah, Aphelions definitely. I want to see after Lightfall and the final shape. Second question is, when you created Genesis, what inspirations and references did you use to initially create her? And if you look back upon these inspirations and references now, could you see them in the Genesis of today? Yes and no. The very first iteration, so her name changed a lot. Her first name was Iris. Funny, all of her names are now in my other OCs. But her first name was Iris. I really liked that name. But she had long blonde hair, because she's basically me. I'm just saying that now. And she wore a coat. I'm actually gonna put the drawings I did of her up on the screen beside me. But she wore like a navy coat with red straps on it. Very much inspired by the Huntress from Arrow. I think that's her name. It's been years since I followed like Arrow and The Flash and stuff. Back before it got bad. Back in like the seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow. I used to watch it with my dad. But yeah, it was like really like a sort of navy black kind of look. And then it sort of went from there. I sort of wanted to do a more node design, sort of like tech design. So I took her arm, gave her a robotic one, and put the nodes on her head. I would like to say the nodes were put on before Overwatch. That design was there before Overwatch. So it was not inspired by Sombra. Jeez Louise, I am not Sombra. Yeah? Yeah? Okay? Yeah. So, and then from there, the color palette changed. So it went from like that dark, navy and red to the pink and white, because pink and white was more my thing. And then the outfit changed, and I decided to add the dinosaur features because I wanted her to represent me and my likes, which is the cybernetic, futuristic, cyberpunk look and dinosaurs. And cybernetic dinosaur is where I ended. Yes, thank you, Descendant, for those questions. These next two are from Bloodbart. Which are favorite lore from Destiny 2 and from Ark. I've already been over the Destiny 2 one a bit. It's either the Book of Sorrows or the lore of what we have on the Aphelions. As for Ark, it's definitely Aberration story, and that's no bias to just like I love Aberration. It's my favorite map to play on, but just how like the Ark fell in on itself and like the malfunction, and then how the obelisks like casually destroying the Ark, and like and then Rockwell's like corruption and stuff like that. It's very like known stuff, but I just love it. And yeah, that's my favorite story. And then if you could have one superpower, what would you choose? Healing. Too many people in my life have been sick or have sicknesses, and I'm meaning mental as well, like not just physical healing but mental. To be able to heal people of that would be gratifying, and even animals as well. Like obviously I work at a vet, so I see a lot of injured animals. Yeah, healing. And then to add on that from Haldorham, he goes, add 2 more basically. So powers, 2 other ones to be able to get more money. And I'm not saying that on the greedy aspect. There are just some people in my life that I would like to help out if I could, and so being able to sort of generate wealth, that would be another power. And then the other one, telepathy would be nice. I'd love to know what people think. So yes, and that finishes up our Discord questions. So now I move on to the anonymous questions, because I gave the chance to do anonymous questions as well. So we are going to do that one. So starting off with the first anonymous question. What is your biggest regret? Not taking a chance with some of my crushes. I think very low of myself, and I always have. And so I didn't think I was fitting to be with the people. Even when looking back on it now, the chance was there. They liked me back, but I just thought I was too low of a human to be with them. And so I didn't take that chance. And yeah, it's a regret that I always think about and think how different life could be for me if I did take that chance. It's not a question, but I wanted to say you're an amazing streamer, friend, as well as a great person. I enjoy chatting and I hope that we can hang out one day. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Number 5 is, what's your favorite Spotify songs? I have a few favorites. So my top songs, my favorite ones, where is it? So I've got Shadows, the Uppermost remix by The Midnight. My next one would be After Dark by Mr. Kitty. And my last one would be Die For You by Valorant. And I don't play Valorant, but that song slaps. So they're my top songs. Yeah. Very good songs. Do I go for personality or for looks? I couldn't give a shit about looks. There have been times where like people, I've had a crush on someone, and this is the first time I've ever spoke about. But I had a crush on an old friend. He's no longer with us because we had a falling out. I had a crush on this guy, and he was not the best looking, but he made me laugh. I got along with him well before we had a falling out. And yeah, I could not care. You could be the biggest man in the world or have the ugliest head, and I wouldn't care. As long as we can share moments, sentimental moments, be happy with each other. I don't care what you look like. It's definitely the personality for me. Next question. What's the stupidest thing you thought as a kid? When I was very, very young, like this is prep year 1, I refused to play with boys because I was scared of growing a penis. What is your biggest flaw? I am too kind to people. I think that's my biggest flaw. There have been a lot of times where I've let people step over the line because I'm too afraid to tell them off or set records straight. And that's my biggest flaw, just because I can't really say no. And it'll get me in trouble one day. Where did you get the inspiration for your model's design? I spoke for early Genesis, but not for my like latest design. I don't know. I sort of just put together what I liked, and yeah, I just put together the stuff I liked, and of course it went from past designs as well. I saved this question for last because I think it's a sweet way to end the video. But this last anonymous question was, how did you meet your council and what do you like about each of them? Let's go from the top of who's online. So I have Blink Andy first, who also I mentioned earlier was my video editor. He came into my chat while I was streaming. It was pre-COVID, I think. I can't remember when it was, but he came in and his charisma was just amazing. I like, wasn't over the top in the chat. He was just genuine and friendly, and I loved that. And so, like, I'd invite him to play. We'd play games, and then, yeah, sort of went from there. And then he ended up joining our friend group before it was known as the council, and yeah, we just got along really well. It was really nice to just chat with him. Next would be Lily. I met Lily through Ender, who's also the next one on the list, so I'll do them together. Ender just popped into my stream through COVID when I was doing a deep stone and being a dumbass. And he liked that. And again, he was just chill, genuine. And when we needed people to do parts, I just invited him along. And sorry, I invited them along. And yeah, they'd play, and then I ended up just wanting to invite them because they were pretty much playing with us all the time anyway. And then, yeah, we met Lily through Ender, who's Ender's roommate, and yeah, it's pretty much on from there. Oh, I forgot to say what I like about them. Andy is always willing to help out. And he's so kind and gentle-natured. I love it. Ender is so heckin' funny. He always says that he's a dumbass, but I'm pretty sure I'm dumber than him. So Lily is a gorgeous person. She's so, like, kind-natured again. And yeah, I don't know her. She's probably the one I know the least about. So yeah, I hope to know her more in future. Next would be Ryan, or Poke. I met through mutual friend, through Mango. And yeah, we sort of just would talk a lot, we memed a lot, and yeah, that's how we sort of met. We played a lot of games together. I definitely Ryan's stupid humor. Just the stupid humor. That's my favorite part. We can just meme about stupid shit. That's fun. Next would be Tora. Tora is the longest friend I've had that's remained. He was one of the very first people I met online, and very fun to hang out with. He's always cared about me, and no matter what, always does check up if I'm not doing okay. And yeah, I love that I can talk to them about anything, and yeah, I love that. Next is Finn. Finn, I don't know much about either, actually. Same with Finn and Alex. But again, it's the memories that I've made that I love with them. And yeah, I hope to get to know them more as well. Next would be Jay, another one of my long-lasting friendships. I think for Jay, how did I meet Jay? I'm pretty sure it was through Ollie, maybe? I think. I knew him as Brodor back in the day. But one of the things I like about them is, again, the dumbassery. One of my moments that I always will think about is, when we were playing Arc Aberration for the first time, and we were in the blue zone, and one of the vines, we saw the vines for the first time, and I just go, can't you go across these? And then Jay just runs straight for it. It was the funniest thing. I'll have to show you guys the clip. But yeah, no, that was a memory and a half. And I think just the fact that we could, like, again, he's there for me, and I love that. Con. Con has a humor that I think is rare. I can't even describe it, but he's just genuine, and Okay, I would just like to say I'm bad with pronouns. I think I've misgendered everyone. They are they are such a kind, I say kind-natured a lot, but it's true. He's very sassy and I love it. But yeah, the kind nature, very smart as well, I will say. Dude has a brain. He has a big brain. Yeah. But yeah, he's one of the new, they are one of the newer, additions to the council as well, and yeah. Our intern. Our little intern. Miss Vixen! Vixen, I also met through Mango as well. Excuse me. Vixen was always there for me. And it was nice to just have another female in the group, as well. But I get along really well with Vixen. We talk about stuff that I don't necessarily talk about with the other guys. And yeah, it's always nice to have someone there with me, with like a lot of similarities as well. And yeah, I love her. I love her. And then these two I put purposefully last because they are the real OGs. So first off, I have Julian, or also known as Ki or Kamarama. Julian is a very, very close friend of mine. Julian knows all of my deepest secrets. I know a lot about him as well. Julian is a very, very gorgeous and caring human being. And although he's not around much anymore, he will always have a spot in my heart. He's a dear friend, and yeah, I met him through one of my very first friends on the internet, and he's been one of my longest friends. And then finally, Ollie. Ollie is my best friend. He is the first person I go to for anything. I don't know what I'd do without him. It just sucks that we live so far apart. He is always there for me. He's the first person to message me whenever I'm down or upset. He's also the one that annoys me the most sometimes. We always pick on each other for stupid shit. But yeah, I met Ollie through a streamer that we both watched. He moderated for a bit, and yeah, I posted in the self-promotion Discord, and he was bored, and so he came in and he was just like, hi, and I was like, hello, and yeah, it just sort of, we clicked, and yeah, he's been the person that I love the most. And yeah, but I love all of my council. My friends mean so much to me, and I don't know where I'd be if I lose them. So yeah, I'm very grateful for them. And that is the end of my Q&A. I really did enjoy answering all of your questions, so thank you so much for everyone who like submitted questions. I'd love to redo these in a couple of years and like see how much I've changed, and where my priorities lie, and my friendship groups and everything, because nothing's forever. And it's just nice to reflect. I still go back and visit my old Q&A that I did when I first started content creating, which I've still left up. So if you guys want to see my face, if you haven't seen it already, it is still on my channel. You just have to scroll through all the videos. I'm so sorry about all the reels. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for your questions. And yeah, I will see you guys with the next video. Thank you. Love you all. Bye.